Welcome back to GMP Scenario, presented by PharmaContentLabs.com.
All right, let's get right into it. We're going to talk about that sinking feeling. You know the one. That moment when you realize a problem you swore was fixed is back. And this isn't just about a simple mistake. It's about what it means when your entire system is failing to learn from its own errors. So, picture this. It's morning. You got your coffee, you're logging in, you're ready to start clearing out the queue. You open up the deviation tracker, just like you do every single day, totally routine. But then, something new pops up.
And right away, something just catches your eye. A product code, a failure mode, that numbering system. It feels familiar. And it's not déjà vu, right? It's that little knot that starts to form in your stomach. That feeling that says, uh-oh, this isn't just another ticket.
And there it is, staring you right in the face. The proof. This is the third time this exact same issue has landed on your desk. The same case reopened again. And in that one moment, everything changes. This is no longer a simple deviation. This, right here, is the giant, waving red flag. A problem that comes back isn't just bad luck. It's not a coincidence. It is a signal. A loud, blaring alarm telling you that something is fundamentally broken deep within your process. And look, this slide just breaks it down perfectly. A one-off event, that's when you stumble. Yeah, you lost control for a second, but you caught it, you fixed it, and you got things back on track. Control was restored. But a recurring event? That means you never actually got back up. You thought you did, but control was never really, truly restored.
Which brings us to the real heart of the issue. This isn't just another task to check off your list. It's not about telling someone to be more careful. No, what you're looking at now is a full-blown systemic failure.
So what does that really mean? It's simple. A recurring deviation is hard, undeniable proof that your last investigation failed. The CAPA you put in place, it didn't work. The controls you thought were solid, they were full of holes. Basically, your system met a promise to fix the problem, and it broke that promise. Now, you might be thinking, okay, we get it. We'll just try again. But hold on, because the stakes are way, way higher than just redoing some paperwork. Why does a repeat failure like this demand such an intense response?
Well, for one, every single time this happens, the risk to the patient goes up. And that's always job number one, right? But beyond that, it puts a massive spotlight on your internal processes. It screams that your root cause analysis was probably too shallow, and your preventative actions were, well, they weren't preventing anything. And trust me on this, inspectors are trained to hunt for these. A repeat deviation is an automatic neon sign escalation trigger for any auditor who walks through your door.
So, what do? The second you confirm it's a recurrence, you have to shift gears. You're not in ticket closing mode anymore. You are now in crisis response mode. Your goal isn't just to close the issue, it's to fix the entire system that let it happen. And here are your first 3 moves, and they are non-negotiable. 1, you freeze everything. Do not let anyone, and I mean anyone, try to slap a Band-Aid on this and close it. 2, you have to perform a new, much deeper cause review. And 3, your goal isn't to tweak the old solution. It's to fundamentally redesign the controls that failed you.
And that brings us to the most critical part of all of this, redesigning the system itself. This is all about moving past the quick fix and building a truly permanent solution. You're not just patching a hole, you're rebuilding the wall.
So what's a deep cause review look like? It means you start with the assumption that your first investigation was wrong. You go back and re-examine every single piece of evidence. You rebuild the entire timeline from scratch. And you have to be brutally honest with yourselves and ask, where were the specific gaps in our controls that let this happen again?
And what comes out of that brutal honesty? Real systemic controls. We're talking about things like error-proofing the process, making it literally impossible to make the same mistake. It could mean adding new independent checks or maybe creating automated triggers that monitor the process for you. And you have to define with crystal clarity what success looks like, with the number one metric being 0 recurrence, period. Now, all of this amazing work means nothing if you can't prove you did it. You know the saying in our world, if it wasn't documented, it never happened. Your documentation becomes the official story, the evidence that proves you found a systemic failure and you actually fixed it for good. So what does that story need to include? You have to show the complete history of the repeats. You need that detailed gap analysis from your deep dive. Then you lay out the brand new, totally revised CAPA. And, this is the part everyone forgets, you need an effectiveness plan with hard dates and real metrics that will prove, with data, that your new controls are working.
Okay, but before we finish, we have to talk about the one common mistake that can bring this whole house of cards down. It's a shortcut, a temptation that a lot of teams fall into, and it absolutely guarantees that you will fail again.
This right here is the cardinal sin of quality management. When they're under pressure, some people will just tweak the wording in the description just a little and open it up as a new case. They're trying to hide the repeat, to break that chain of evidence, hoping nobody will notice. And let me be absolutely clear. Inspectors always check for this. They have the tools, they'll pull the data, they'll search by keywords and failure modes, and when they find it, it's not just a systemic failure anymore. Now you're looking at a potential data integrity issue and a sign of a quality culture that is in serious trouble.
So let's end right here, on the most important principle of all. This is the unshakable truth you have to accept. A recurrence is not just an operator mistake. It's not bad luck. Recurrence is definitive proof that the system itself has failed. And that leaves us with one final tough question. I want you to take this back to your team. Look at your own processes, your own CAPAs, and ask yourselves honestly, is our system really designed to fix problems for good? Or are we just getting really good at renaming them?
Thank you for watching. If this helped, like and subscribe. More GMP scenarios coming.